If everyone just remains standing, I'd like to have a moment of silence for our former mayor, Quinnie Cody, who passed away, I think December 22nd, and that. So if we could have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Roll call.
Flash.
Here.
Bunton.
Here.
Campbell.
Here.
Dempsey.
Here.
Hill. Here. Menser.
Here. No, it's not right either. But we need a motion to excuse Commissioner Raker.
So moved.
Support.
He's in Norfolk right now, on military duty in his position as a lieutenant commander.
Roll call, please.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Flash.
Yes.
Okay, we have announcements, acknowledgements, communications, and reports. Lisa, did you want to?
Just the following boards and committees meetings have been canceled for January. The Planning Commission meeting of January 6th, Zoning Board of Appeals meeting of January 6th, and the Historical Commission meeting of January 13th.
Okay, just a note on the Historical Commission, if anybody's interested in joining that group, they do not have a quorum, so they're unable to meet at this time. So if anybody's interested, please contact the city clerk's office, and she can give you more detail or an application. With that being said, we do have a presentation tonight from one of our other boards, the Beautification Commission. They are going to present the 2014 Snowflake Award. I don't know who's doing it. Ryan?
Yeah, hi, I'm electric. I'm Ryan Rowinsky. I'm with the Mount Clemens, the City Beautification Commission. Just similar to the Historic Commission, we're a group of city residents. Everyone has to live in the city. That we put our efforts on the weekends. We meet once a month to get together to come up with projects and work closely with the city to help do beautification projects. You'll see around town where we've planted shrubs and beautified some of the signs. And in the summer, we have the Yard of the Year Awards, which is an awards presentation that we give. You know, it changes, but basically it's based on curb appeal, and we look at the effort that people put in to beautify their homes as part of the city. What we're here to do today is present the Snowflake Awards, which are the other season. We only do this once a year, so I just wanted to take some time and actually just explain what the Beautification Commission is, and just like Mayor Barb plugged the Historical Commission, we could always use new members. So if you have a green thumb, if you like doing these kinds of things, or have a family member or someone else you know in the city that would, contact the city clerk's office or any one of us. But I just wanted some of the other folks in the Beautification Commission to introduce themselves before we present the awards.
Kathy Rollerson.
My name's Ryan Anderson. This is my wife, Catherine Anderson.
So, and you know, it doesn't take any special skills or anything like that. So if you're interested, please contact us.
Mr. and Mrs. Anderson, you will be on our next agenda to formally put you on the beautification, but we appreciate that you have already gotten involved and are ready to go. So, but formally, we'll do that next meeting.
Okay, and now for the presentation of the 2015 Snowflake Awards. We're going to run through, I'll just run through pretty quickly. I'm not sure who is. Does anybody know they're here for the awards presentation? All right, great. So we do have some folks in there. And I'll just read through, first and foremost is 121 Bellevue, Wayne and Kathleen Babish. Are they with us tonight?
Yes.
Thank you, and I'll just read it. As acknowledgement for exceptional display of exterior holiday decorations and appreciation for enhancing the appearance of the city of Mount Clemens and enriching your neighborhood. Awarded this 5th day of January 2015. Signed by the mayor.
Hang
we
that in the
put together
doorway,
some special
the
ornaments for
entrance.
everyone as well. Thank you very much. next we have Ralph and Barbara Lake Jr. Are they with us tonight? Okay, we'll make sure to get that delivered over to them.
What's the address?
What is the address? Riverside Drive, 78 Riverside Drive? That was the one I thought.
Yeah.
It's a real nice display if anyone wants to cruise by. They had a really nice display scene, if I can say that in the city commission.
Sure.
Next, we have Marilyn Hall and Diane Calise. All right, thank you. 69 Eldridge. Oh, you
Has her name on my,
Oh, on
on
your
my
deed?
house
Oh.
deed, so that's why.
Well, tell her next year she has to help since she got the award.
And so it's a little ways from her.
Well, thanks. We appreciate it. Next, we have Brenda Wilson, 226 Court. All right. Terry and Charlotte Beach. All right, guys, come on up. And that's 205 Esplanade, if anyone wants to go and check out.
We're already down. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
It was too warm this past week.
I just want to say one thing. My grandfather built this house. And it's just a pleasure to have it be honored in this way. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
You know, that's part of the beauty of Mount Clemens, I think, is the history, the generational history, and with a lot of the historic homes. All right, next we have W.R. Jones, 280 Clinton River Drive. There you are, sir. Thank you very much. Walter. Thanks a lot, appreciate it. All right, and last but not least, Robert and Pamela Darcy. Hi, guys. 58 High Street.
On the historical end of this,
Mhm.
I'm the second owner of that house, and it's a Sears home.
Oh, it is?
Okay.
It's called the Berlin. Everyone wants to look it up on the web or drive by.
And what was that again? 58 High Street?
It's a Sears house.
Oh, cool.
Sears and Roebuck.
See, which is speaks to all the more reason we have to reignite the historical commission.
That's right.
But thank you, everyone, very much for all the effort that everyone puts in, the commission included, for encouraging us.
I just want to thank everyone on the Beautification Commission. You guys worked so hard. I enjoy going to the Yard of the Year Awards, and this is just as nice, having recognized our residents in the homes during the winter time. I know it takes a lot, so I truly appreciate what you do, and I appreciate the board.
And you know, I wanted to just make a comment, a couple comments. The house on Esplanade, that's my neighborhood, and I want you to know that I have driven our 6-year-old by there about 47 times. You know, we've taken spins all around the city looking for lights because he's learning to count big numbers now, and so we go through and we count. And I particularly, you know, have driven by your house many times, and so I thank you for the effort that you've taken in decorating and making my neighborhood much more pleasant. And I just wanted to give a shout out too to Marilyn Hall, who is a city employee, 37 years I understand, for Dial-A-Ride. So thank you for your efforts in the city.
I'm gonna take an executive privilege here. I have a cute story. I had a phone call about 2 weeks ago from a lady that lives in the neighborhood, and I live in the same neighborhood as Denise, who drove her grandchildren past your home. And so they said, well, let's drive around the city, around the neighborhood and check the other houses out. So they're driving down where I live, and she says, oh, that's the mayor's house. And she goes, the mayor doesn't have any lights out. And she goes, the little girl says to her mom, but Mom, the mayor's too busy to do that, to her grandmother. So the grandmother had to call me and tell me how her granddaughter defended that I did not have lights outside of my home.
That's precious.
I thought that was really cute. Okay, we need adoption of the agenda.
I
I
move to
move
adopt
to-
the
agenda as presented.
Do I have a
Um,
second?
Don't have a second. Can I amend that?
You sure may.
I would like to postpone the item 9A, and in light of some information we were just given, and in light of some other issues, I would like to postpone that for another week, or another meeting,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Okay, do we have a second on that motion?
Support.
Conversation? Comment? Oh, you can't, I'm sorry. Roll call.
Campbell,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menzer,
Yes.
Blash,
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how about an adoption of the agenda as amended?
Okay, I move to adopt the agenda as amended.
Support.
Okay, roll call.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Menzer,
Yes.
Blash,
Yes.
Bunton,
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Okay, public participation, this is the time that you may address this body. All we ask is that you give us your name, residential address, and you adhere to our 3-minute rule. So you can come forth anytime.
My name is Mary Bullock. I live at 79 Robinson Street. I own the landlocked 95 inches home. My name is Ruthie Stevenson. I'm speaking on behalf of Mrs. Bullock. She's new to this,
And where do you live, Mrs.?
and I reside at 69 Bain Street.
Thank you.
Statement in opposition to the approval of agenda item 9A. The owner of landlocked property abutting 95 inches made an offer to the city to purchase the 95 inches vacant lot. Her offer was based on the market value of similarly situated vacant lots. However, given the city's commitment to pay a realtor's commission for sales of city property in 2014, the offer made by the landlocked property owner, Mrs. Bullock, was not considered acceptable. And the landlocked property owner was not willing to increase her offer significantly above market value so that the broker's commission could be paid. And all of the property owners surrounding it were also aware of the market values of 95 inches and specifically acknowledged that an offer several $1,000s above market value was not an offer they were willing to make. Several weeks ago, the owner of the landlocked property was contacted by the city's broker, informed that another offer had been made to purchase 95 inches. That call seemed suspicious since in all the years the city owned the property, over 10 years, 95 inches, no one had ever made or ever expressed an interest in purchasing 95 inches. The offer was said to be from an individual living in Arkansas, and the offer was exorbitantly above market value, $5,000. Mind you, the landlocked property owner was asked if she desired to increase her offering above the amount supposedly offered by the new offerer. She declined and contacted the city's community development office directly, at which time she was told the new offer was from Alaska. She thought it was strange that supposedly the new offer was first from Arkansas and later from Alaska. She also thought it was curious that someone living in either Alaska or Arkansas without prior inquiry would suddenly be interested in purchasing a small vacant lot in the neighborhood where 95 inches is located. In addition, the landlocked property owner has been asked to believe that although the city commission has not been presented with any other offer to purchase any of the other properties listed for sale by the city, the one property on which she made an offer just happens to have received a competing offer shortly before the decision was made to sell the property. For several years, longstanding residents in the neighborhoods where 95 inches is located have shared stories of maneuvers and machinations used to prevent them from purchasing property within their community. In fact, the landlocked property owner was offered to purchase a different property in her neighborhood a couple years ago, was rejected, only to discover that someone outside the neighborhood was allowed to purchase that property at a price several $1,000s lower than what she had offered. In fact, the only reason the city became the owner of 95 inches was because the property was sold 12 to 13 years ago to someone who had no long-standing relationship or commitment to the community.
Okay, you got 2 lines. Go ahead, finish them.
The city should sell the property to a long-established resident of the community who has a proven track record for developing and maintaining property, and do as Detroit does. If a property owner next to the property, sell it to that property owner. Why sell it to somebody outside who has no vested interest in the community?
Thank you. You can't comment.
Yeah, you can.
Well, just, you're getting more information, you have this information that you received, but the other property owner lives at 93 inches, and her son is in the military and he's in Alaska. So just so that you're aware of the other information that I just found out today.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Okay. Anyone else? The mic's open. Open mic night. Okay. We'll close public participation. We have no administrative, yes, we do have
Have a couple
administrative
things.
responses.
Just a
Sorry
couple of
about
brief
that.
things, no problem. Number one, on the administrative responses from the last meeting, sidewalk concerns were raised about somebody raising concerns about a safety issue in their neighborhood regarding a sidewalk that presented an issue in terms of potentially a trip hazard. The administration has been and is proceeding with the development of a sidewalk program that will be brought to the mayor and commission for consideration for implementation in 2015. So we'll keep you posted on that, but that's something that's ongoing. The work is ongoing, and we are preparing a program that'll be ready for evaluation by the mayor and commission to see if they want to pursue a sidewalk program in the future. The second item, concrete issue at the fire station. Question was brought up about the quality or appearance of that work. That goal of that concrete patch was to mitigate a trip hazard, as with a sidewalk program. That work that was done by the DPS does successfully address that trip hazard and does improve the situation that was brought to our attention. I'm satisfied with the work, period. So that's the information that I have for what was done on that particular location at the fire station. There's a couple of different things that come into play there. The question of the long-run plans of the city is the first thing that needs to be determined there. So a temporary fix like was effectuated here in this location is the appropriate response, and that was what was done by the DPS. Thanks.
Okay, approval of the minutes from previous meeting. Need a motion?
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Blash.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes. 9B, purchase and payments of invoices. Need a motion?
I move to approve payment of invoices as presented.
Support.
Are there any questions or comments? Seeing none, call roll, please.
Menser.
Yes.
Blash.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Roll call.
Blash.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Okay, oops, I lost my space here. City manager's report.
A few items for the report for today. I'm going to try to get this one right this time. The Christmas tree pickup, for your information for residents. Collection of Christmas trees will continue on scheduled garbage days through January 23rd. And please make sure all trees placed at the curb for collection are bare and not in a plastic bag. Second item is 217 North Walnut. The city continues the bid process for the cleanup of this property. We're accepting bids from contractors through January 13th. Interested bidders can contact the city at 586-469-6818, extension 6, or visit our website, www.cityofmountclemens.com/purchasing.htm. Also, the bid itself can be viewed at the www.mitn.info website, which can be used by registered users of that organization, the Michigan Intergovernmental Trade Network, for information on the bid and to respond to the bid. So if anybody's interested that's a potential supplier or contractor, please take a look at one of those venues of information. Number 3, strategic planning process. I have had a meeting, as was discussed with prior meetings, with Nahid Hook of SEMCOG regarding the possibility of her and SEMCOG working with the city to conduct a strategic planning process. As previously discussed, this would be done at no cost as it's a member benefit for cities that are part of SEMCOG. One of the key requirements of a successful strategic planning process and also a requirement of SEMCOG before agreeing to assist with such a process is the commitment or buy-in of the legislative body. With that in mind, our next step is going to be a presentation by Ms. Hook at the January 20th commission meeting that will cover how the process might develop as well as goals for the process. That evening, I'll present a resolution for the commission to consider or an agenda item to consider for proceeding with a strategic planning process with SEMCOG. And that's the last item that I have for today.
Questions, comments? Seeing none, we'll go to commissioner comments. Commissioner Blash.
Yes.
Is that your comment tonight?
I don't know, it's trying to thaw out. I'm not, I'm glad to see everybody had a good time New Year's Eve downtown. And I'm glad that the mayor showed up to represent the commission, because I wasn't gonna go, I have no heater in this chair. But I'm glad everybody had a good time, and Happy New Year.
Okay. I would like to thank the family of Quinn Cody for allowing him to be such a great service to the city of Mount Clemens. We all share in your grief and offer our condolence. Quinny will be missed by family, friends, and all that knew him. May God bless and keep you during your bereavement. On January 19th, the Macomb County Ministerial Alliance will be hosting their annual Martin Luther King Jr. breakfast at McRae Harbor, 3675 North River Road in Harrison Township. The event will start at 9 a.m. Guest speaker will be our own newly elected Michigan State Justice, Honorable Richard Bernstein. Also being featured at that event will be a tribute to our former city and county commissioner, Bobby Hill. Tickets for the event are $25 for adults and $15 for children. You may call 586-463-9430 or email tsmbc9094@att.net for ticket information. We encourage you to involve yourself with that wonderful event. Also, congratulations to Mount Clemens Library for celebrating their 150-year anniversary. They are launching the library's new historical properties online research tool this month. Congratulations to them. And I would like to wish everyone happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And for Commissioner Wisdom, an apology is a good way to have the last word. Author is unknown, but I believe he was married. And with that, I'll say good night.
Commissioner Menser.
All right. I'm very happy that the Mount Clemens Library is celebrating such a prestigious number of years. And one comment about libraries is that libraries show you the beauty and let you keep the knowledge. And that's an author unknown also. John Barleycorn's Bar and Grill closed again yesterday for the second time in less than a year. In April last year, a deal fell through to turn the bar into a country music nightclub. And now they're hopefully going to reinvent themselves as a location for private events, a hall for retirement parties and fundraisers. Bud Montreal is quoted in the Macomb Daily as stating, "When the Macomb Music Theater closed, along with some other venues in town, that really hampered Mount Clemens. If Mount Clemens gets back to where it was when we got here 13 years ago, then I might revisit the issue. Hopefully, the city is on its way back." What is our city identity? Are we the entertainment and dining capital of Macomb County as we advertise in trade publications? Are we a prospective cyber hub? What large city amenities are we offering prospective businesses as stated in this advertisement that we have? And it's a nice advertisement. We cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep holding events with the hope that people will come back to shop. It's a passive effort that cannot be our only marketing plan. We have great events, as you know, Gary mentioned, you know, the New Year's Eve was packed with people, the restaurants were packed, but that's a passive effort. We must aggressively market the city and the availability of our downtown properties. I think that we should be partnering with the county's new business attraction manager, Mike Connors. We should ask for assistance listing business locations and empty storefronts on their prime properties website. Our city has an agreement with the County of Macomb Planning and Economic Development Department. We need to rejuvenate that relationship. Back in September, our community development director made his need known for an economic development manager, a planner, and a rental inspector. And yet this council sat here and we approved a rental overlay ordinance, and we failed to add another rental inspector. We handed the community development director what Congress repeatedly hands us, unfunded mandates. So we need to give our community development director the tools that he needs to bring the city back as Bud Montrell from John Barleycorn's hopes. So I'm following some New Year's traditions from other newspapers, from some local newspapers. Here are some headlines that I would like to see about our city in 2015. Mount Clemens hires a new economic manager to revitalize the downtown. Mount Clemens makes bold move marketing prime waterfront location for development, moves City Hall. New buyer of Macomb Music Theater releases lists of concerts, musicals, and plays. City Community Development Director wins grant for sidewalk improvements and blight removal. And finally, one I believe that every city resident should take seriously and should really wish for, and that is dozens of well-qualified residents vie for open Mount Clemens City Council seats. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that 2015 will be a happy, productive, financially stable year for the city of Mount Clemens and for all our citizens. The new year was ushered in with great style during the New Year's Eve events and fireworks in downtown Mount Clemens. I didn't make it downtown this year due to illness, but Tom and I watched out a window of our house and thought the fireworks were spectacular. Thank you to the DDA and everyone else responsible for this great celebration. I also want to thank the Beautification Committee for the presentation of the Snowflake Appreciation Awards. The Yard of the Year Awards and the Snowflake Awards are two of the nicest events in Mount Clemens. The holiday decorations were fabulous this year, and it is great to recognize those decorations that were exceptional. I think positive recognition is a wonderful motivator. Good work, Mount Clemens Beautification Committee. As part of the consent agenda tonight, we voted on a resolution to recognize the Mount Clemens Public Library's 150th anniversary. The library contributes to our community in so many ways. We are very fortunate to have such an outstanding library here in Mount Clemens. And with that, I will say thank you, have a good evening, and a great week.
Thank you. Commissioner Campbell.
I too would like to thank the Snowflake Award winners for making Mount Clemens look nice at the holidays, and for the Beautification Committee for their year-round work. Good news, the Roth and Ding site on Cass and Wilson is nearing completion in its cleanup. And lastly, I would like to give my condolences to Mrs. Cody on the loss of her husband and of our former mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a note from the library, there are only two libraries that are 150 years old, and that's the Detroit Library and the Mount Clemens Library. So I think that's something that's very notable, should be brought out there, that they're still functioning after 150 years and doing a great job. So congratulations to the Mount Clemens Library. Secondly, I just want to remind the commissioners, the Local Treasures Award, you received the information tonight. We need to take a look at it and get back with me on your selections as soon as possible. We'd like to get that back, I think, on the next meeting, the January 20th meeting, which is a Tuesday, by the way, because of Martin Luther King. And with that, again, I want to thank the Beautification Commission. You guys do a great job, really great. And to all of you that have received the awards, thank you so much for what you do for Mount Clemens. And with that, we need to go into exec session. So I need a motion.
Move to go into executive session.
Support.
Okay, roll call.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Blash.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take a 5-minute recess. Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Roll call, please.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Menser.
Yes.
Blash.
Yes.
Bunton.
Yes.
Campbell.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.